What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Burrow77 here this week with my main man, Brad Thomas, who I know is riding high off a nice Juventus win.
Let's go, baby.
Brad is an excellent colleague of mine. We've worked together at BetUS. We've worked together in a couple of different Discords. We've both started doing our own stuff. We wanted to get together, have a couple of guys do some shows for you. We're going to start right in with AC Milan versus Feyenoord. And I got to say, I think Milan can bounce back here. I think Feyenoord did a really good job at home in their building, which we knew was going to be lit. It's a very, very tough place to go and try and play on a European night. The San Siro is the same way. But what I've seen from this AC Milan team, including over the weekend, has not been inspiring, and they do not make me believe that they're a minus 235 favorite whatsoever. They only have a single goal differential to make up here, so I kind of like the team total, but at over 1.5 minus 210, that's a trash number. And you're giving me Feyenoord just to score at minus 150, but you have the line on this game set at over 2.5 minus 150. I'm not sure how they think there's 3 goals in this game at these numbers. Like, they just don't correlate for me. So I like Feyenoord to score here for sure. Because this AC Milan backline is just atrocious. Kyle Walker's not the same Kyle Walker. That's why he was available. I think Emerson Royale was a terrible money spend this summer. I think that Morata was a terrible money spend. Thank God they were able to unload him in Turkey, which I'm sure they're still paying part of that contract for, because you're an idiot. You gave Morata a 4-year. You gave this Morata a 4-year deal, not Juve Morata, not Madrid Morata. You gave Atleti washed ass Morata 4-year deal. So you're probably still paying some money on that. I kind of like Feyenoord here on a spread plus 1.25. I don't super love half wins, but it's a good number at minus 115. I might eat the juice and pay like minus 140-ish to get that to 1.5. I see both teams to score here. I could potentially see the over 2.5. I'm still going to, when we get into predicted starting 11s, like, I'll talk some player props, but I'm going to keep riding the Jimenez revenge angle. Like, I can't not do it.
Dude, no, I agree. Listen, I'm actually on the other train of thought here for me, and I'm just going to keep having to fade Feyenoord. They've been much, like you said, they've been much better at home, but away from home, across all competitions, they've lost like 3 of their last 5. And 2 of those, they got not lost. They went winless. Excuse me. Let me make that a little more correct.
Right.
They got blanked in a couple of those matches. Even against Milan, they had an XG of less than half a goal, right? So for me, I'm going to have to fade them. I went with Milan, but you touched on a good point here. I have some cause for concern about Milan putting on a massive performance, right? So when we start to get the minus 125, the minus 150s, we start to get a little more dicey. I went with minus 1.
Okay.
I think they get the win here, but 2-1.
You'll take a push for a 1-goal win.
Yeah, it does not surprise me at all. I have liked Milan from the Milan that was under Fonseca. I didn't like that Milan. I think that Conceição, while it's still a big work in progress, I think the progress is getting better, right? Like outside of that loss against Feyenoord, and which was a match where they definitely played to not show much, to go not get down early, and it backfired against them. It's hard to just snap that into gear. But outside of that, like, they've been pretty good, right? And good, relative speaking, right? Good compared to what they were under Fonseca. Picking up the draw against Inter in the derby there. They beat Roma. They beat Empoli. Lost to Feyenoord, like we said, but then beat Verona. Yes, they were uninspiring against Verona, but sometimes you have those matches.
Pulisic. So to me, like, sorry to cut you off.
You're good. You're good.
To me, they gave up on that Feyenoord game when they took Pulisic off. He was, without a doubt, your best offensive player, your best creator. He was doing the most for you and you come out, and yes, I know it's Verona, and yes, I know you have Champions League to look forward to. And look, you're probably out of the Scudetto race, but like, you're fucking AC Milan, dude.
Yeah.
You're behind only Real Madrid when it comes to European prestige. If you're gonna rest Pulisic versus Verona like that, you better come out and lay the hammer. Like you need to hang three. You need to hang a three-piece on Feyenoord.
I just feel like this is just a blessing waiting to happen on Feyenoord. I don't rate them that high. So I went with the -1 there.
Yeah, look, and like I said, neither of us like the 1.25. We don't like half wins.
Yeah.
We don't like half losses. I see why you're going with the -1. I think I could probably get to a -1 because I could see this going to extra time and going to PKs. But let's take a look at the predicted 11s and let's talk a little player prop action. Pacquiao, however you say his name. Paixão, thank you. I heard it a ton on the announcements. I should be a much better presenter and look up these pronunciations before I do these shows, but I barely have time to get graphics in and get a good night's sleep, so I just kind of make it up on the fly. But Paixão absolutely ate Kyle Walker's lunch, dude, and this guy's been good all season. This is a guy I've talked about kind of all Champions League. You're giving me his shot on target at +120 over on Bet365. That's an absolutely must play number for me. +110 over on Caesars. -125, -135 is stretching it a little bit for me. So shop around, make sure you find the best number there. But I got to get involved with Paixão here, and I'm not sure this starting 11's accurate. But if Julian Carranza does start, he's a Philly Union legend, and I just have to take him on that alone. That's my bias for being an MLS fan who's a Philly Union supporter. I got a God's Dog jersey kit in my locker. I've gone out and seen Philly at their stadium a couple of times with Leg. Like, I'm just a Philly guy when it comes to soccer, so I would have to bet Carranza, but other than that, there's not a ton of player props I'm looking at from the Feyenoord side. But Paixão, plus money for a shot on target, he absolutely ate Kyle Walker's lunch. I'm happy to take that.
You know, it's tough. The player props on this one are pretty tough because, like, they're like the matches where I want to eat is when there's not a lot of people that are cooking in the kitchen.
Yep.
Like, if you look at the starting 11 for Milan, they have a ton of dudes who it could be their day, right?
Yeah.
Like, Reinder's normally my go-to. Even his number got ballooned up because of them being in that negative aggregate score. Leao, hit or miss every time. Jimenez, I would have played him.
No, I'm with you. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I can't trust Leao for shit, dude.
I wouldn't put.
I've been very vocal about it.
I don't even I wouldn't even put a free play on that dude, bro.
Look, they should have taken the 100 million they got the offer from Saudi for, because they're like, in my opinion, and I've gotten a lot of blowback from a lot of Italian AC Milan fans that, oh, well, you know, you're being too critical of Leao. No, dude, you guys wanted to call him world class. If you want to call him world class, that means you got to be top 5 at your position, and he's flat out not even close.
Yeah. You know, one bet that I see, this what sucks also without getting the lineups here. One bet that I'm really interested in, but I feel like I can't play him without it, is João Felix, 2+ shots on target. It's +210 on FanDuel. The dude loves to shoot, and instead of him, I can't remember what his shot number is, but I think it's like 3.5. Instead of taking him over 3.5 at -125, you literally can just take him 2 shots on target +200, because let's say if he gets 50% shot accuracy, you're doubling up your money and you don't have to invest as much.
Facts. And that's the other problem with this AC Milan offense. I really like high-flying, high-powered offenses. I thought this offense was decent, before the summer transfer window. I didn't love the Morata signing. I didn't love what they were getting out of Tammy Abrams. I thought going out and getting Jimenez was a great move. I'm going to play Jimenez anytime goal at plus 135 for the revenge angle. He scored again over the weekend. I just have to do it. I love Christian Pulisic. I want to take him to score or assist, but I'm not going to lay juice to do it on a straight. It'll be something I include in a parlay. And, look, I don't hate Yao Felix, and he might be able to help Leao get better because of the Portuguese connection there and playing on the national team together. But this is a lot of mouths to feed, especially knowing how much Rangers loves to shoot and how much Theo Hernandez loves to bomb up that left-hand side. Like, everybody wants this ball for AC Milan, so finding where the volume's coming from is going to be tough, especially against a team like Feyenoord, who, look, I know enough about Feyenoord to be passable and to get through UCL, but I don't know Feyenoord's lineup like I know Madrid's lineup. Like, I don't know their weak spots. I don't know who's bad at moving to their right or who's going to fall and who's going to hack here. I just, for me, it's too many mouths to feed. I'm going to keep it limited on this because we're getting trash value on AC Milan at home.
I want all of Milan action. I want that Jimenez revenge angle. Anytime I feel like a guy's at home on the like a recent revenge, it cashes. That's what it feels like to me.
I'm with you. I like it. And he did score again over the weekend. So
yeah,
I'm kind of pissed he didn't score at Feyenoord in his old stomping grounds, where you kind of got to think, hey, he knows his spots there. Weather was a little adverse, so I will kind of make that excuse, but you're AC Milan. You got to handle your business here.
What I heard this from Damian Lillard when he went back to Portland, and they were like asking why he didn't like play well his first time going back to Portland. And he was saying, like, there's so much going on, right? Like, you go connect with your friends and family back in where you're at. Then you go and connect with your coaches. Then you get on the court and you have all of these feelings of like memories that you had here. He's like, sometimes it takes away from your like the way you feel, or it distracts you a little. Could have happened with Santi as well,
Oh, for sure. And think about how long Dame got to rest before he had to go back to Portland. We're talking under 2 weeks before this dude had to go back to Feyenoord and play his old team. You can other people can argue with me all they want about this. The fact of the matter is this trade got done during their last UCL match, because there's no way they take a healthy Jimenez off away at Leao if he's able to play his first game registered and dressing for Milan. He didn't get injured in that game. The trade happened and Milan made the call like, yo, Santi bagged a goal. Get him the fuck off the pitch. You're qualified. You're going through. Find another way to get the points in Leao, because we're buying Jimenez and we want him off the pitch right now.
Depending on what happens in this game, I like to always kind of talk about a little bit of the live angles to look at. If Feyenoord score within the first 30 minutes of this match, you should just unload on Milan total corners. I'm pulling it up right now. You should unload on Milan total corners. Right now, their team totals is 7.5. If Feyenoord score within the opening 20 minutes, it's going to bump up to 8.5. Hammer. If it's in the first 35 minutes, it's going to, depending on how many they have. Let's say they have 2, it'll probably be 9.5, 10.5. Hammer. Corner spread, hammer. All of that is tasty. Put in perspective, they're projecting Milan to win the first half corner spread 3-3 in the first half. So they'll probably put it at 5.5 for full game, 6.5 full game. That is a smash. And I'm not rooting for that to happen because I'm already on -1, but that's just to equip you if you're ready to rock and roll.
Facts. And I think that if you think Feyenoord can score first, which, I think if Feyenoord's smart, that's how they come out and play this. They're going to try and they know Paschal ate Walker's lunch. They're going to try and get him the ball. If I'm Feyenoord, I want to come out standing on the throttle. I want to get that first goal. So I have a 2-goal lead in the San Siro. And now the pressure's on AC Milan to respond in front of their fans that are already having a rough season who might get in their ear about it. Feyenoord to score first is plus 300. Might be worth a little flyer.
It'll be interesting to see. This is the first, what I consider a high leverage, high stakes situation that Bouchard, or Pascal Bouchard, their coach, their manager, has ever managed in. And we have no historical data to see what's going to happen. So I'm really excited to see like how the start of this game happens. I'm actually really excited to see like what they do formation wise, lineup wise. Should be a fun one.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Obviously, I am a soft AC Milan fan. They're kind of my club over there in Italy. A lot of it has to do with the fact that they have Pulisic, and a lot of it also has the fact to do with, that's part of Don Carlo's legacy as well. So, anyway, appreciate you guys tuning in as always. We're going to do a long video, and I'm going to cut this up into shorts as always. You can find all that information right down here and subscribe, youtube.com/@Baroque772, as well as all of Brad's information. Brad has a Discord. He does the BetUS show with Flash for the EPL. All that information is going to be linked right down here below in the description. And we will see you back here shortly to talk Atalanta versus Bruges. We outside!